I'm Dave, and I just want to say, stay ballsy.
Look at me now! Look at me now!
It feels oh so good to be back on the edge. This is JohnRamboPresents The Show. My name is John, and I am joined by the man that had enough of my shit, murdered me, and then did a better version of the show without me, only to find out I was somehow resurrected at E3. Ladies and gentlemen, OJ is here.
For some reason in my head, I could have sworn you were going to say Howard. But hello.
I'm a little out of practice here. I don't know. I'm a little off.
I wouldn't go that far.
See
You're
if I can
just
get it
recovering
together.
from jet lag, man.
Yes, sir. So I want to start off. I want to say you guys did an awesome job on the show last week. I actually listened to it on the plane. Kind of made that experience a little bit better.
Well, I should hope. Well, I mean, listening to anything would probably make that experience better. Even screaming cats.
I think there was screaming cats on the plane. Something was screaming. I'm not sure what it was.
Children.
Got to thank both you and Howard. You guys did great. It's nice to know that I can take a sick day if needed. Or any of us can, really. Howard's ready to just step in.
Oh, he's a good man. It was a lot of fun.
He never even ever asked to do this. We just kind of you're doing it. So the time that you missed one, I'm just you're doing this. And then it happened again. So he just kind of gets pulled into it.
He does a good job with it, though, so what can I say?
He does a great job. That's true. It's nice to know that I'm basically not needed any longer.
Oh, hush. That's hardly true.
You have surpassed me, OJ.
I disagree, sir.
You are the new king of Ramborgia. But just remember to watch your back.
I would not go that far, sir.
Because I know where to find you. So in honor of you, OJ, I've prepared a special song, commemoration of you, in tribute to you. Actually, while I was in LA, I prepared this, me and Bette Midler. You know Bette Midler?
I've heard of Bette Midler, yes.
We've got together, we collaborated, she knows about you. And we come up with a little something that I'd like to perform for you, sir. So here it is, okay?
Oh, boy.
You're ready. I need absolute silence. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. Your balls are bigger than an eagle's. You are the pulp dripping off my chin. Yes, you made the pulp dripping off my chin. Made the pulp drip off my chin, OJ.
I had to mute my microphone not to laugh.
Give me a second, I'll put this away. Talk about something.
Oh my gosh, John, dude. Thank you very much. But aside from that creepy pulp thing, I would say right back at you, dude.
All right, awesome.
Oh, I need to drink some water.
All right, so we're back. I feel great. I feel reinvigorated. Then I'm back. The show is here. I was very disappointed last week. I couldn't get on. I wanted to call in. It was not possible. We're going to talk about that a little later, what happened. Talk about a bunch of things. I'll give you some stories and some thoughts on my recent escapades in Los Angeles at E3. We're going to do some comments. Whatever else we want to talk about. I don't know. We didn't really talk about this beforehand. We probably should have.
Nah.
And we have another trip coming up this weekend.
Bum-ba-da-dum.
That's right. The Tour of Balls continues. The Tour of Balls. You like that?
Yeah.
So we're going to be going to Too Many Games Convention in Philadelphia. We're going to talk about that, preview that trip, and all kinds of great stuff. But first, I have some codes to give out.
All right.
That is right. I have some codes. While at the Sony area of E3, I stole many items, OJ. I just kept stealing things. It was amazing.
You're a killer, dude.
It was supposed to be one per person, but I was able to get out of there with 3 Sony water bottles.
Wow.
Okay?
You're a thirsty feller.
I got away with it too. And I got 2 free memberships to PlayStation Plus. Once again, it's supposed to be 1 per person. I got 2. It's just how it is. So what we're going to do, I'm going to read those off to you right now. And obviously you need a PlayStation 3 and also be on the PSN for these to work, obviously, right?
Yup.
So you need those 2 things. So I'm going to read one off, then you're going to read one off.
Yes, sir.
So the first one I have, get ready. Get that PlayStation on. Get ready to do this. First code, 57C7 3T N as in Nintendo 3 G6QT. That is your code. I'm not reading it a second time. OJ, you have a second code, I believe.
Yeah.
You didn't use this code yourself, did you?
No.
I knew I could trust you.
Yes. All right.
I'm gonna know if someone doesn't say. If you actually got the code to work, please send me a message and let me know.
So we can announce.
So if someone doesn't send me this, let's say the second code, like it worked, I'm gonna assume that you just used it yourself. That's just how it's gonna go.
Meanwhile, everybody who's like listening to this at work or at school or something is just going, no. Unless you can go do it from the website. But anyway, here's the code, folks.
Okay, there you go.
42 P7, like Project 7. EC as in cockroach. NF as in fortitude. AJ as in Jehoshaphat. GB as in bamboozle.
Okay, excellent. So I believe those are for, looking at these now, I think they're for 30 days on PlayStation Plus, which is pretty cool.
That's not
So
bad at all.
hopefully somebody's happy and got those codes.
Yeah. Though, when you said tour of balls, so
Yes.
first of all, in my head, it went tour de balls because I was thinking of
Tour de
bikes.
balls? That's a little more classy. We'll call it that, maybe.
And then the next thing that popped into my head didn't quite make sense, but I'll say it anyway. Tour de balls. Fear the spheres. So that I know that's been used before, fear the spheres, but that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Wow. Okay. So I do want to say, since we're talking about the Tour de Balls, which is now what we're calling it, since OJ improved the name, I went to Monday Night Raw on Monday night
Yeah.
in Hartford.
You saw Monday Night Raw on Monday?
On Monday, believe it or not. Well, there have been instances where it was filmed on other days, because sometimes it gets filmed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not smarter than me, okay?
I never said that I was.
And
I never even thought that.
I think you thought it. Well, you probably are smarter than me, but whatever. That's not what we're talking about.
Move along.
That's not what we're speaking about here. Okay, OJ? Anyway, so I went to Monday Night Raw on Monday, and I'm going to do a special episode of Smart Guys by myself. It'll probably be out on Friday morning.
You're going to call it Smark Guy?
Perhaps. We will see. But I'm going to put that on Friday before we leave for Too Many Games, so then people can check that out.
Nice.
And you can leave all kinds of crazy comments about me, and I'll have no ability to delete the comments. So go ahead. Because I'll be on the road, so just go crazy.
I'm not sure you wanted to state that.
I don't really delete comments anyway, so whatever.
Someone's going to say, like, John Rambo ate my cat.
That's perfectly fine. Our audience is very well behaved compared to a lot of other people's. So. I want to talk about E3 stuff.
No.
I want to start off with the video I made before I left, right? Did you see this? I was on the lake.
Yeah, the geese one?
Yes. So I'm down at the lake. I'm going to make this video. It's about 5 minutes long. And I'm like thinking about what I'm gonna say. And I go down there, and it's like early on Sunday morning I made this. And I set up the tripod and everything. And I'm like getting ready. And like there's this dude on a boat. And this dude on a boat, he starts yelling at me. He goes, "Hey, you! Are you a resident of these parts? Are you a resident? Are you a resident of this area?" So I'm like, "Who the hell's this guy?" So I go, "Yeah. Are you?" And then he just stares at me, and then he just looks at me, and goes, "What are you taking them pictures of?" And like I had this tripod and everything set up already, so I'm taking pictures of what's in front of it. And then he just stared. We just stared at each other for like 5 minutes. And then I go, "What's going on?" He goes, Just making sure you're a resident of these here parts.
Is that what our hometown has come to now?
I don't know what's going on, man.
Some guy yelling at you like, "Oh
It is
no!"
like a lake swamp type area. But I'm like, who is this guy? And he's like in a boat. And he's got no shirt on. He's just sitting in the boat. And you're from around here. Like, what? Like, have you ever experienced anything like this before?
No, dude. I seriously, like, I'm just confused that. Honestly, oh no, a non-resident came by. Ooh.
Well, first of all, I am a resident.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who's this guy to even challenge? And then he's like, I'm like, where am I? Where did I just get transported to? What are you taking them pictures of? I'm like, the stuff that's in front of the camera.
I was looking for attractive people down by the lake, but unfortunately I couldn't find any.
It was very funny, but I wish I got that on film, you know?
Tell him you're whale watching and aim the camera at him.
Right. So I want to talk about those awesome promo videos we've made. Calling them awesome. You see that?
Yes.
Hopefully people think they're awesome.
I hope so.
But I just love, this is what I want to say about it. I don't know what you want to say. You could have your saying, but I love how in the first video I'm like this total jerk character. Right?
Yes.
And then you murder me, right? So you're a murderer. And then in the second video, you're like this very cocky guy all about like yeah, the channel's ours now. Yes. Screw that John Rambo. Like, so basically like we're both just terrible people.
Just like real life.
I guess so. Yeah, we're just terrible human beings. That's all I've got from this series of videos.
Well, it's no fun watching good people. I mean, they just kind of sit around being nice to each other and baking cakes.
That second one, you did a great job because like I was thinking about like I wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, what could I do? And then I thought of the idea, and then I called you.
Like 11 p.m.
Yeah, it was like 11 p.m. on Sunday. You're like getting ready for bed. I'm like, all right, I got this idea. You're gonna pretend that you just did the show, and then you want to watch E3 videos, and then you see me in these videos.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, and then you just did it. Like 20 minutes later, you're like, here's the videos, and I just cut it nicely, and I think it's pretty fun.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I was getting ready to go to bed. I mean, I was still dressed and stuff. But I thought it would be perfect because that day, first of all, I was wearing a shirt that I really liked that I'd worn on the show and stuff before. And I hadn't shaved in like 3 days. And my hair was down. So I figured if there were ever a time for me to look different than I normally do,
right,
this would be perfect. I don't think anybody picked up on it or really cared.
Mm-hmm.
But I just thought it would kind of accentuate the fact that ever since you were gone, I'd changed.
I'm dead, so you just let yourself go because I was the one that was keeping you together.
Yeah, I let my room turn into a horrid mess. I was
forcing you into shaving and cleaning up. And without me, there's no more rules.
Well, John, there was nothing else worth looking good for.
Oh my god. It's like I was the one keeping you in line, and I was dead. So now things you've gone wild. I thought it was pretty funny. And
the wildest thing is me sitting at my desk watching E3 videos.
Yes, exactly. So those are fun. Hopefully we can keep doing some more of those.
Yeah, someone complained that the camera was too close to my face, but that just
means it's got to be closer.
Where was I supposed to put the dang thing? I actually picked up the tripod and put it on my desk. I moved my monitor as far back as I could.
Yeah.
And prayed that the shot came out because I couldn't see.
Right.
Yeah, but that was a lot of fun.
Hey, it's a good job.
I just think that when I was swinging the sword, it was terrible. But aside from that, it was great.
All right. Well, I want to talk about E3 stuff.
What 3?
The Expo of Erotic Electronica.
There we go. I was waiting for that.
Or Electronic Erotica, whichever you prefer.
Oh, you can put it
Erotic
either way.
Electronica, that'd be something.
You can put it either way, don't worry.
That's true, either way works.
I'm sorry.
So, I'm going to start you off at the airport. Mid to the airport. Why, when I go through airport security, do I have to remove like every piece of my clothing?
Because they want to see more of you?
I don't know what's going on, man. You know?
Did you get to keep your belt?
Absolutely not.
Did they give your belt back?
They gave my belt back unlike they stole your belt.
Okay, just checking.
Terrorist device, but how come they cannot create a machine that differentiates between the belt that I bought for $5 at Old Navy and an explosive device? They cannot create this machine?
Oh my gosh, I know why now.
Why is this?
Old Navy's the one making the bombs.
Like, if you take those two items and put them next to each other, those are pretty different things. A bomb and a belt from Old Navy, that's pretty different.
Well, you could be hiding a knife in the buckle or something.
Yeah. They always bust my balls at when I go through these security things. Probably because of how I look, I guess. I don't know. It's some sort of profiling thing.
I don't know. They just want to put down people better than them.
It's the schnoz, I guess. I'm not sure. But like, like you give the guy, like before you even get to the security thing, there's like the guy. He looks at your license and your ticket.
Yup.
Like, I give him my stuff, and he's like, "Oh, stand right in front of me," because I was like a little to the side of him. Like, stand right in front of me. And I was like, "Why?"
You got to go on the special line, boy. It's obnoxious.
Yeah. So, the plane ride itself was fine. I brought this 5-star Mead notebook because I want to hopefully do some writing and work on the Schnozman Hole Punch scripts.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit to do there, but I couldn't really like concentrate on it and like up there, and I don't know, I was kind of distracted, so I wound up reading Batman Dark Victory. Did you read this?
Dark what?
Dark Victory.
No, I haven't read that one.
It's a Loeb Sale collaboration. It's very good.
Ooh, that's a good start.
It takes place after Long Halloween.
Oh, that's a better start.
Yeah, you should check that out. Phil actually let me borrow that.
Oh, that's nice.
So there's a combination of like trying to read that and trying to sleep at the same time, like two different things going on. Yeah. Did you know that on a plane, if one person has a peanut allergy, no one on the flight can have peanuts?
Yep.
You knew this.
I'd heard about it.
So they give us pretzels, and on the packaging it says that they're made in a facility where peanuts were present.
Yeah.
On the pretzels.
Yeah. It's just a little...
It's not fair.
Kind of not fair.
You don't want to say. You seem like you're not sure what you want to say.
I just feel bad. Like, it's just... Like, there are people out there who can't have Reese's peanut butter cups.
That's terrible.
Dude, I was reading a post on the interwebs the other day about someone who just found out they didn't actually have a peanut allergy the whole time. That it was a fluke.
Someone was told they did?
They're like 20 years old, and they're like, oh my gosh, I can eat peanuts. And then you just see this photograph of like Reese's peanut butter cups, Butterfinger, Reese's Pieces, peanut butter and jelly and bread. And the caption is, oh, this is going to happen. And then they just asked for other stuff people didn't think about. And they just listed all these things, and I was just thinking... How? I mean, it stinks, man. Allergies are terrible. I mean, a gluten allergy is bad. Wheat allergies.
Yeah, well, sometimes, like you're saying, like, sometimes you outgrow them, though, and how would you know?
Yeah, although I've been told...
I'm not saying... I don't want to be responsible for someone being like, oh, I'm going to try to eat peanuts now, and they get, something happens.
Yeah, I was also told that even if you have outgrown the allergy, if you eat too much of the thing you used to be allergic to, it can come back, so you have to be careful.
Wow.
I don't want to mess with it, but I will tell you, have you ever had an allergy test?
No, I just never really, well, as far as I know, nothing really ever bothered me, so I just eat whatever.
Allergy tests are abominable. My mom made me go to the allergist. This is a terrible experience. And basically they take a little pen and draw dots on the underside of your arm.
Right.
Like, between your wrist and your elbow, but on the underside. And then they poke you with a different needle with a different allergen on it to see.
They try to give you the allergy.
They try to give you a reaction.
Yeah, they try to get a reaction. They try to kill you, basically.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I'm looking at it, I'm like, is that supposed to happen? And there's this big hive forming, like, oh, no, yeah, that's fine. That's histamine. Or whatever. That's supposed to happen. I'm like, what? Do you do that just to compare? So if another one pops up, you can say, you're more allergic to this than normal.
Are you allergic to stuff?
No, apparently not.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Yeah, my mom...
You ever see, like, meet the kid in school who's allergic to, like, everything possible?
I could swear I think I was that kid, dude. I mean,
you can't have milk, you can't have water.
Oh, not like that, but
you can't go in the sun.
I would carry a box of tissues around with me in my backpack. I was tissue guy.
Yeah, you still do that.
They called me Toucan Sam in history class, and by they I mean the teacher.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
So back to E3.
Anyway, so I arrived at LAX. Got the car, Dodge Charger. So it's like, it's kind of like, oh wow, I got this car's a beast. Look at this awesome car we got.
Oh man, that's like the car in Burn Notice.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, man.
So I can't wait to see what this car can do. Then you quickly realize that you're not going to go above, 50 miles per hour at all ever. But it's really beautiful out there. You've been to California?
I've been to San Diego.
Oh, okay. You visit your sister in Comic-Con.
Yes. and Comic Con and what's it called? Hodad's.
Okay.
It's a restaurant.
So it's really beautiful out there, man. Really nice weather. People are beautiful as well. Really nice as also. Very nice.
So it's like looking in a mirror.
Pretty pleasant people. If I had a mask on, yeah. And of course they have palm trees, and like those things are always kind of strange to me. You know, if you live around them, it's probably no big deal. But it's kind of weird. I remember like the first time I saw palm trees, my friend and I went to Vegas.
Yeah.
In like 2005. And it was the first time we saw palm trees, and we were like just standing next to one, just like laughing. Like, what is this thing? Like, what is this all about? You know?
I was psyched about those things, man.
Yeah, they're cool, man. You just look at them and you're like, wow, it's paradise.
This
tree
is not normal, but I like it.
Like if you were to well, probably not for you because you love cold weather and you like things dead.
I don't like them dead. They're not dead during the winter.
Things die in the winter. If you like the winter, you like things dead. What do you mean?
I don't like things dead. Okay, I like when the bees.
They're dead.
I like not being pestered by allergens, bees, wasps, spiders, and stuff. And I happen to love the snow. The
plants and the bees are dead, so you like things dead.
And also, I like the temperature. I hate hot weather with a passion.
Okay, I was about to say if I was to like create my idea of what paradise would look like, I'd have palm trees and stuff, you know.
Dude, I would have palm trees and snow.
Oh wow, okay, I see what you're doing there. Perfect. And a river made of chocolate. And Willy Wonka would be there, yes.
Oh, Gene Wilder.
So we get to the hotel in Hollywood. It's in Hollywood. It's real fancy, you know. And you pull in, and these dudes just like run, like tackle you. They run up to the car like maniacs. They open the doors and they start grabbing your bags and stuff. And I'm just like, hold on a second, all right? I carry my own bags. I don't need another man to carry my bag. My 15-year-old backpack does not need to be carried by another man. They're just like, oh, okay, you know. So I don't like that kind of stuff, you know. I like to do it as much as I can on my own, you know.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So we went to Hollywood Boulevard a few times, and it was like right down the street. You could walk to it, and we found Man's Chinese Theater, I think it's called. Very cool. It's like an infamous theater where like many big movies have premiered there.
Ooh.
And this will become a theme as I talk about this, but if you go around this area, there's just filming going on everywhere, like all the time. You know, it got to the point where it seemed like I couldn't avoid being on so much camera, basically. There's just stuff going on all the time. So there was some Spanish broadcast happening. And this lovely Latina, she was interviewing people, presumably that speak Spanish as well. And I decided to clearly walk into the shot. Have you seen this footage?
Yeah, I have.
And I don't know exactly. I think it was Telemundo, and someone actually sent me a message, and they said what they knew what the show was and stuff. But I don't know where I put that message. Oh. But if anyone finds it, please let us know. I'd love to see it.
You could go to the Museum of Television and Radio if you know what show it is.
Yes. So I walk into the shot. The cameraman gives me like the worst look ever. It's just a terrible look. And a few people commented that they said I should have yelled something out, like "Look at me now" or something like that. You know, but
you don't want to disrupt anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I definitely thought about it. Trust me, beforehand. I'm like, oh, I could really do something huge here. But I didn't want to like destroy their shoot because like we film stuff, and that's just like bad karma for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want.
Because if I'm going to do that to somebody, like someone's going to do it to us eventually. So I was like, you know, completely like sticking myself in front of the camera. That's good enough. So that's what I did. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you should have just gone by with a sign that says, "Ora, mírame." Oh man, that sounded like Japanese instead of Spanish.
Viva, Ramborgia. But I walked a good amount of Hollywood Boulevard, like up and down.
Oh, that's nice. You came back and stabbed.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, I was about to talk about that. Some spots are nicer than others. It really reminded me of Connecticut in that you have like the really rich people are like living up in the hills. Yeah. And you could actually see like their parts of their like walls like cover like before their houses, you know. And then like below it is like the extreme opposite, where there's people like, you know, a lot of homeless people and people going through trash bins and stuff. I saw that like several times, you know.
Dang, man.
Yeah. And like these guys are like really aggressive, you know, which is common in like a few cities I've been to. But I'm like, oh, it's the Walk of Fame. You know, it's the thing where they have all the stars with the names on it.
Yeah.
So I run over there, and I'm like, oh, there's Kermit the Frog. And I'm looking at it, and like, you know, like 3 dudes run over to you, and they're like, you know, like, hey, can I ask you a question? And you know, I'll give you a tour for you know, for a few bucks or something, you know, and like just like, oh man, you know, it's real aggressive. Like they have no problem just coming right up to you. Like. And we were walking past this bar, and this girl was like sitting outside, and she runs up to me, and starts asking me all these questions, and I think she was pretty messed up on something.
Oh.
You know, and she probably just wanted a few dollars. And the way like to deal with this kind of thing, you just act the same way back to her, or to that person.
Like what?
So I just started asking her like the same questions. You know, like, oh, it's having a nice day. You from around here? Like, and then she was like, she ignored me, and she was asking her questions. You know, and then she just basically just gave up eventually. That's how you deal with it.
Yeah, someone once told me that if you're talking with somebody but you want the conversation to end, you say back what they said to you last. So, for example, you said that she was asking you questions. I would say, "Oh, so she asked you some questions?" Yeah, she said that. You know, I had a really nice hat. Oh, so she liked your hat. No,
I basically turned it into a conversation where I was basically asking her for cash. That's what it's like. That's how I basically like I swung it. You know, it was kind of interesting. It was pretty fun. So like that kind of stuff doesn't really go on in New York because people will just punch you.
Yeah. Well,
you know, like very rarely do people just come up to anyone and just start just rambling on.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I don't deal very well with that sort of stuff. I like not to bother people, and I like people not to like. You know, I feel uncomfortable when people ask me for money. Like, I don't, like, what's funny is people ask me for directions on the street all the time, which is hilarious because I'm always lost. And I don't mind that. I'm cool. You know, I'll be like, yeah, I think it's blah, 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 that way. But it's not fun for anybody when they ask.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's getting bad out there. You know, it's we're going through a rough period of economic woes.
Yeah,
so.
I feel bad when I'm at the grocery store and it says, "Would you like to donate $1 to charity?" I'm like, do I gotta? It's like it's $1. There's nothing wrong. I just feel bad. Even if I do it, I feel bad.
You feel bad if you do it?
I feel bad. Like, am I doing this because I'm a good person? Because I feel pressured by this.
Just can't think about things that deeply, I think. But again, you know, despite the urban decay, it still felt good to be there, and it's like a real historic place, really, like out of that Hollywood area, you know. And
there's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, man, I saw a lot of. I don't know if Bob Saget has a star. I was looking for it, so I wanted to do something. You know, I wanted to film something at it. Like
were you going
challenge
to
of some
Mountain
sort.
Dew on top of it and pretend it was something besides Mountain Dew?
No. I was going to do a special video, but I don't know if he even has one. You know.
That can be found out.
That was cool, man. It's cool being there. And there was some, like, the last day we were there, they were filming something. There was a little trailer set up. They shut down the street, and there's trailers set up, and you know, like real nice looking things.
Aww.
So it's cool. Despite the decay, I blame Schwarzenegger for that. By the way.
Why?
He was the governor. The problems fall on him.
Okay.
He was doing crazy stuff. Well, instead of governating, he was doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So, the next day after we got there, before we could go to get into E3, we had to go to this. Phil had to go to this Machinima meeting / event thing, and so we go to that. It was at this hotel, and the whole focus of that was this game called Hawken. And Machinima.
It sounds like something that's stuck in your throat.
It kind of does. It's a weird name. I don't understand.
I mean,
the name.
It's cool, but I mean, it's not a bad name as far as names go. But I'm just picturing like, oh, did you hear about Bob? No, he's got the flu. He's been hawking all day.
Excellent.
Moving on.
So there's this game Hawken. The Machinima is basically promoting the game, and they had several of the Machinima partners come to E3. I think specifically to be part of this event, and you know, including Phil. They were there to play it, and then they talked to them about ways to get their viewers to download it because it's a free game to play. So they basically want to tell them to spread the word about this game. You know, that's what it was all about. So it was set up really nicely. It was on the balcony of this hotel, the Lux Hotel, which is right across the street from E3. So you're on this balcony. It's a really nice weather. You look over the balcony. You see everyone going into E3 below you, and there's other buildings like towering above you. And it was really, really cool setting. You know,
it was just it just looked impressive.
Oh yeah, it was really awesome. So they had Hawkins set up on like 20 monitors, and everyone plays it while they give you free food.
Okay, video games and food. Free
food, and then they had this game, and I played a few matches and stuff. And I thought it was pretty fun.
So, how did it control? Good stuff.
It's like it's just I just use the keyboard and the mouse, and it reminded me of like Steel Battalion.
So it's like Mech Warrior.
It's like Mech Warrior, but like they even showed like they're gonna make this controller that looks like the Steel Battalion controller that you could use.
Wow, that's pretty sweet.
It moves a lot faster than that, and like all you have is guns and stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. It's nothing spectacular, but for a free game, like it's pretty decent.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. So this is going on, right? We're all doing this. We're all playing the game, eating food and stuff. And all of a sudden, I guess like the former staff of this hotel, they show up outside. We're outside the door, underneath us, and they go on strike. And they're chanting like don't check in, check out. Don't check in, check out. And we demand like fair wages and all that. It's like this really bizarre scene because you have people playing games, and of course the people playing games like don't react to anything. They're just like zoned out, into the game. So you got people playing games, and then you got underneath people at strike in the middle of downtown LA. And so of course I had to film some of this.
Yes,
which I did. But just imagine that was a crazy scene, man.
I mean,
so then, like, all right, well, we're gonna go inside this room so we can have a meeting because there's people yelling out here. So it was like this meeting with all the Machinima partners, and the developer of the game was there, and he basically asked people for their feedback on the game. And I don't know who these Machinima partners are. I'm sure they're all much more popular than I am, and they make a lot more money than me. I don't know who they are. I don't know their names, but they're suggesting like nonsense to this dude. Okay. This one guy, I don't know who the hell this guy is. He's like, I think the mechs should have swords. And you should be able to cut into the cockpit and pull out the driver.
What?
And murder him. Yeah, just like, this is what the stuff they were coming up with was so, like what are you talking about? And I'm just looking at the developer's face, and like I just feel so bad for this dude. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, it's a free-to-play game from like a startup company. I'm sure the budget wasn't like a huge thing, And based on what I saw, like they probably did as much as they could with, as far as they could have gone with it,
Yeah.
So it was just like this really silly, like wasted time meeting. In my
that's
opinion.
the most important suggestion that they could give to them on this entire game.
I think they were looking for more like basic info, like do the controls work, like stuff like that.
Does it feel balanced? Is there anything that seems particularly strong or weak?
Yeah, the guy's like, I think you should be able to cut it into the cockpit and kill the driver. And it's like, what?
That's a. There's no need to do. I mean, the only reason you conceivably want to do that is to harvest their mech for parts and money. But aside from that, I mean, you can perfectly kill him while he's inside the thing. If you're
I just felt bad. I just felt bad for the guy. Like he's just like, oh man, what am I doing? But,
oh.
So, I was with the Machinima people, and they were pretty nice to me, I have to say.
Oh, that's cool.
I did feel out of place, mostly because they're all wearing like the same, M logo T-shirt.
Oh, everybody who was there.
Oh yeah, and anytime anytime like a big group of people are wearing like the same uniform or clothing, it's kind of frightening to me.
Yeah.
That kind of thing doesn't usually turn out well in the end.
Oh, lovely reference there, John.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I was kind of like, all right. But I just want to say this, we've had opportunities in the past to possibly join them and join these other groups out there, and I say we because at this point, JohnRamboPresents the channel is as much OJ's as it is mine.
You got the good side. Spaceballs.
So it's our channel, and I just want to put that out there. But
thank you, sir.
We've had opportunities to do this, and we've done our research, and we've looked into it, and we really like what we found out, right?
Yeah.
You're not a fan of this kind of stuff.
I think we're cool being indie right now.
I know that you're not going to want to talk about it now, but we've had these conversations. So we're not looking to join anyone or anything, and I don't want to join Machinima. Like I want to create something that becomes bigger than Machinima and beats the shit out of Machinima. Okay,
they're gonna love listening to this.
That's just how my mind operates. Okay, that's just how my mind is. So, and at E3, like everyone there works for someone, is there on someone's behalf, And even though I got in there through kind of like a backward way through them,
Like getting into Bowser's Castle in Super Mario World without beating all the previous stages.
pretty much, yeah. There you go. But like, I don't work for anybody. We have no sponsor. We have no corporate master, and I'm pretty proud of that. I was proud of that while I was there. You know.
Yeah, because you didn't answer to anyone.
You know, I was pretty proud of the fact that I wasn't even supposed to be there.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
So like on this channel and our videos that we do, you know, I can say whatever, do whatever. And if you see my E3 footage, you know, creatively, like I need that freedom to be able to do that. Right?
Yes.
So obviously, like, you know, no disrespect to anyone that has joined those groups. I hope you do well. Hope you make a bunch of money. It's just not what we're gonna do. So,
yeah, we're crazy.
we might be homeless eventually. Who knows? We'll be in the LA in Hollywood on the, you know, running up to people at the Walk of Fame.
Asking them questions and getting mad
Asking
when
them
they ask us
questions.
questions. Hey, you've already had practice, right?
Right. That's true. But you know, I hope I hope in the future that we'll be able to get into things like E3 like through our own merits. And I think we will. If we keep working and you know the StayBallsy Intergalactic Video Network grows,
When it grows.
hopefully we could all go. You and me, Cyber Demon could come. Honored Villager could come play this guitar. Hazard, Sturmgeist, Ed Trotta can come too. He's part of it because his voice is always
so cool.
his voice is always in the episode.
I'm so sad when I don't hear him in Diablo, but anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the goal for us is to grow something of our own and then you know be able to go to these events that way. You know, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, definitely.
So.
One thing though, I don't know if it should go in the comments section, but during I think your video part 2, there was I think my favorite moment. Yeah, E3 video 2012 part 2. Class A Maverick pointed this out at a minute 06. The guy's got a big cross on one side. It says heaven, one side it says hell. So Class A Maverick goes, heaven or hell? Must be a Guilty Gear fan.
Oh, let's talk about that guy since you brought it up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you I'm just saying, dude. If you mention Guilty Gear, you are my friend.
Okay, so here's the real E3. Okay, people don't talk about this kind of stuff. We show up at the convention center. There's these people. We call them the Jesus people. That's what we started calling them. And they're at like every corner, and they're there with crosses and loudspeakers, and they're basically yelling in people's faces that you're all going to hell, and that you should follow Jesus.
Did they specifically say what you've done wrong?
What?
Did they specifically say what you'd done wrong?
No, they're just saying you're going to hell. One guy had this whole speech about there's no reset button on your life. That's why you got to give it to Jesus. So correct me if I'm wrong here, OJ. Maybe you can, you know, help me understand some things. If I in the middle of the day just go out somewhere with a bullhorn and I yell in people's faces that they're going to hell, aren't I sinning? Wouldn't I be a sinner?
I think you're certainly being rude.
If you're going up to people that are just enjoying their day, they've come in from other countries and other places just to go and look at enjoy their time and look at some games, and I yell in their faces that they're a sinner, and they're going to hell. Aren't I doing something wrong?
I think that, what is it, judge not lest ye be judged?
Right. And it's like the middle of the day in the week, it's like, don't you people work? And then, again, there's people, like I said, there's homeless people around this convention center. I saw them, digging through trash cans. You're such a great follower of God. Why don't you help these people instead of yelling in people's faces?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's more productive things you can do than yell at people. I mean, I can understand where. Here's the thing that bugs me though. If they're honest to goodness trying to save people, this doesn't feel like. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel like they go home at the end of the day. I mean, maybe they do, and I'm completely
it doesn't
wrong.
matter.
They go home at the end of the day and think, I saved some people today. It seems more
that's
like
pretty scary. That's pretty scary. Well, OJ, it doesn't matter what you have to say because they're going to heaven and you're apparently not. Anyway, let's move on here.
sad face.
So E3 itself, you and I actually went to the Tokyo Game Show.
Yes.
You remember this?
Yeah, that was the second time I'd gone.
E3 completely destroys this event.
Well, first of all, it looked like there were carpets.
There's carpeting.
Wow.
Each company here has like a professional setup that showcases their stuff, and they're basically like using this to try to sell to the media that what they're doing is really good and what they're offering is great stuff. So
They're trying to sell to investors.
exactly, and they want to show you a great time because everyone in there is like media or whatever. So they show you a great time, then hopefully you'll go to your website, your magazine, whatever you work for, and then you'll say something great about that company.
Yeah.
So they really try to just roll out the red carpet for you. And
We're back to carpet.
there's really beautiful sets. They probably have like professional like set designers and stuff that do
I
this.
can only imagine that's the
And the
case.
lighting's like perfectly here, and there's this type of lighting here, and
Green.
yeah, really cool, man. Nintendo had this crazy thing where like every couple of minutes, like it would be like a carnival type of thing. All the lights would flash, and you hear like bells. And
Is that for Mario Party 9?
I don't know what that was for. I'm not sure. They just had that.
Or is that for like the LSD people in the Sing Sing room?
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, dude.
That was frightening, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
But like it's cool, and you walk around, but then you like realize like things have gone in such a strange direction. If you took someone from like 10 years ago at E3 and just brought them to this one, they'd be like what has happened? Because you walk around, it's just like every corner is like people like jumping, like dancing. There's like a basketball game now where you have to use a basketball with the Kinect.
Why?
There's like Marvel games where you punch the air wildly, like swing your arms, like things have gone in a very
Marvel
bizarre.
game?
Oh yeah. It's
Swing.
Avengers. It's an Avengers fighting game with the Kinect.
Sorry. I
And I don't understand. I mean, it's you got to move on. And I think the era of games that I really liked is far gone.
Well, here's the thing you got to remember though. This trade show isn't for us. This trade show is to show investors, hey, look at this market we can still tap. Casual games. We'll get grandma playing. There's more money to be made here. And whichever
Right.
company shows that the best can get more money to do more cool stuff.
Right. I mean, you got to look at it the right way, and or you're just not going to, if you're not going to look at it the right way, you just shouldn't play games anymore. If you're just going to just fight it and be like, oh, this is crap, then you shouldn't even play. But I choose to have more of like an optimistic idea of like, let's see what comes out and see how it is, when it actually comes out and try it out. But
Yeah.
like what I find good, what I find fun about games, like what you do in the game, right? Like what the game is and what you do. That's what I find fun.
Not what you're physically doing.
Yeah, it's become like how you do it is the focus. Like how you control things is more important than like what you do in the game.
See, this is what bugs me. What you should be... This is how a control scheme should work for a game. It should work such that you barely even notice how you're doing things, that it just flows naturally.
Right.
And a lot of people think, oh, motion controls, what's more natural than motion? But that's not true. I mean, it's certainly novel. It's a new experience. It's a change. It's a nice, refreshing, departure from the stick and button days, if you know what I mean. But it's not really that intuitive. I mean, we were playing Star Wars Kinect, and you had to focus really hard on how you moved your body, which is great if you want to exercise or build muscles or blah, 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 get your coordination up. But that's not what I'm sitting in front of the TV for.
The game itself tells you to take a break.
Yeah, when the game tells you to stop playing with it, it's like, no, you love me too much. You're only hurting yourself. You must stop.
Stop playing with me.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I mean things are going crazy. It's interesting to see what'll happen, if it'll continue or if it'll just burn out. We'll go back to other things, or
I think that they will continue in
we'll
parallel.
find a healthy medium. Maybe I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
My prediction is they will continue in parallel. However, I think that for the time being, that sort of thing is going to get more capital, more investment, more money. So the games, the old button stick style, those will continue until someone finally comes up with a way to make everything truly intuitive. To maybe have some control scheme where you're moving around without really buttons or sticking much, a little bit, not much. And then they just find this magical combination of the technology, and it reaches this point where, my gosh, I mean, it's.
This will be in 20 years from now.
I don't know. I'm just picturing what was it? Demolition Man,
Mm-hmm.
where he comes back and the woman invites him to his apartment, and she's like, "You want to have sex?" And then they just put on these helmets, and it's just like a sensory overload. I'm
Oh,
kidding,
yeah, I
not
remember
that
that.
far. I mean, not that far, but you get what I'm saying. Like what we envision virtual reality would be.
Okay.
You know, like the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, stupid Quest world nonsense. That
Best reference of the day right there.
better than
No.
Demolition Man
I don't know,
sex.
I just think that they ran out of ideas for games. Because you look at a lot of the games that come out, they're either sequels or there's something that's just very derivative from, the past.
Well, that's a problem.
So they go, we don't know what to make anymore, so we have to keep selling things. So instead of selling, games, let's sell, controllers and other things that people need to play the game.
Well, here's a
Let's focus
question.
on-
Yeah.
Let's focus on things outside of the game itself instead of trying to come up with ideas for games.
No, that's a really good point, actually. But think about this for a second. Okay, you're a Nintendo, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to figure out, you need to make a new game. You want to sell something. You see that platformers are pretty big right now. What are you going to do? Are you going to come up with a new franchise, a new platformer? Or are you just going to make another Mario?
Just make a Mario.
Exactly. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're Nintendo, like, I don't want this. I want to play Mario. What's wrong with you? Or they'll just be like, this plays too much like Mario. I'm sorry that you're running around in a 2D world with physics and monsters and
They're
power-ups.
going nuts with Mario now. There's a bunch of Marios coming out.
Holy pants, dude. Oh, get this. Get this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out when you can reserve the Wii U.
Oh yeah, I want to ask you about it because I know you're probably gonna get it, right?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
So, I think I've gotten every single console that came out the day it came out since the gold controller N64.
You're talking about all the Nintendo systems.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I had to make a run to the art store today to pick up some supplies. And there's a GameStop right there. So I just run in and ask, when can I reserve the Wii U? He's like, I don't know, actually. You're going to have to try back later. Just keep trying. I'm like, okay.
First of all, why are you going to GameStop and why are you talking about it on the air?
Because I'm
Second of all, just
I'm not
order it off
buying
of
it
Amazon.
there, dude. I just wanted to get a general idea of when you can reserve it.
I would just do Amazon.
No, but get this.
Yeah.
This is the weird part. I'm like, okay, thanks. He's like, oh, but you can reserve the games, though. What? What? What the?
Well, that's just shenanigans. They're
What?
because they're planning something for the it might be that they just don't know how many they're going to have available.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
They might not know how many they're going to have, but they might be planning something like with the reserves. You have to do something, or
It's June. It's
only
coming out.
certain people get first precedent over the reserves. I don't know. Who knows?
It's coming out in November, right? It's June. You can reserve the games. We don't know when you can reserve that just seems. I mean, I guess if you think about it logically and don't go crazy like I just did, maybe it makes sense in some twisted
So
world.
you're definitely going to try to get it though, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. So you'll be our Wii U correspondent about the Wii U because I'm probably not going to get it.
Hi, I'm John Harrington, reporting in with the Wii U.
Well, the thing is, like, I would want to get a Nintendo system. Like, I would want to get one, but I don't really want that one. Like, just looking at when it comes out, there's so much good stuff coming out for the other systems that I have
Yeah.
that I can't really justify spending extra money on it.
Well, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say whether it was backwards compatible?
I think it is. Yeah, I'm not 100% on that,
What
but I think
in
it is.
Bob's name? Oh! I just realized how I could get. I just answered my own question in my head. I was gonna be like, well, how do I get my Smash Brothers saves over? Oh yeah, memory card. You can put an SD card in there.
I'm pretty sure you can do all the Wii stuff works.
Yeah, the thing that bugs the heck out of me though, that controller thing.
Yep.
Can't you just give us Crystal Chronicles, but do it right this time, please?
Yeah,
Everyone,
people remember that they tried this before with the Game Boy Advance.
but this,
And they had a Pac-Man game and the same kind of stuff that one person does something different on the Game Boy and the other people playing do something different.
But that's the thing, man. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, everyone wailed on the game. I made fun of it because it expected you to buy a $50 game at like a $75 system and then a $10 cable for 3 of your friends because the game came with one. But the sad fact of the matter was, that was fun. that game was fun. It wasn't the most fun. I've played better 4-player games, but it was enjoyable, and I think that it was a concept that they should really go with. The game, you're playing with a little personal screen for inventory management, so you can do an action role-playing game with your friends simultaneously. But, you can hook up one of these controllers, too, if you want to drop your frame rate by half. Wow.
They have like 100 controllers now that you would need for this. This is like a mess. It's a mess of things.
I would highly recommend everyone goes back and looks for the VG Cats comic about the Wii and peripherals. I don't remember anything
It's
about
worse now, though.
Well, it was pretty funny. It was called, I think they were making fun of Nintendo by saying, "Here, would you like to buy this cart?" And the person selling it was Mr. Potato Moto.
Ah.
Miyamoto, whatever.
Well done. Yes,
and the comic made a lot of, the comic was good. It was poignant.
So I just feel like I want to get into Nintendo and I want to buy their stuff and I really want to. They just make it hard on me. If they just go, honestly, if they just go, here's Mario, it's an HD now, and you can play online with your friend. It's $500. I would buy that right away. But now it's just like, you have this one controller with the screen, the other guy has this controller that you wave around, and this. I'm like, I'll just play the other.
So you have different wheelie doodly controllers besides
I'll
the
just
screen.
I'll just play all the cool games coming out for the other two systems I own.
It's okay. I'll take the chaff.
Right. So I played some other stuff. Something you might be interested in. Injustice: Gods Among Us. Have you heard about this?
I have.
You have heard about this. You're gonna
Very
get this.
briefly.
I went to a thing that they had where Ed Boon was there.
Ed Boon?
Ed Boon.
The Ed Boon?
Mortal Kombat.
The Ed Boon.
Yeah, he was there.
Nice.
They showed the game, and it's wacky, man. It'll be fun. I think we'll have fun with playing that because it's not a serious like tournament fighting game, but like the stages all have interactive stuff going on. Like you're in the back, you push a button, and like rockets come out of like the Batmobile and hit the other dude, and like it's crazy stuff. You like punch people through walls, and it's gonna be fun.
Why am I thinking Power Stone?
It's not like that. It's
Okay.
like Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat like on like crazier.
On a 2D plane or 3D plane?
It's a 2D plane, yeah.
2D plane with interactive environments.
Yes. And it's really over the top stuff in it.
Ow, Frel.
What'd you just do?
I just scratched myself on a jagged screw sticking out of my glasses. I am okay, though. Please continue. I am not bleeding.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance we played.
Okay, when does this game take place in the timeline?
I don't know. But you play as Raiden, and you can just completely, it's disgusting. You just cut people's heads off and then chop it in half like 6 times as it's falling.
Where's the stealth espionage action?
It's not that type of game. People got to move on beyond that.
Ooh, so it's the same universe, but a different.
It's played by Platinum Games, who are great. They
Oh,
Bayonetta.
Platinum's making it.
Bayonetta is one of the best games ever.
Dude, Platinum's done some good stuff, man.
Yeah, they're making this. It's gonna be great. People got to chill out. That's just because it says Metal Gear doesn't mean it has to be one specific thing.
Well, yeah, I was like, well, wait a second. Isn't Snake's story done?
Like Snake's not in it.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying.
This happens a lot. Like Resident Evil. Like people freak out. So I like the originals. It's still good though.
It's still good, but
as long as it's good, it's okay. You still have the original games.
You can still. I would love to see
No one's gonna come to your house and take those away from you.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Resident Evil 1 on the GameCube with a slightly improved control scheme was nice, but I think they could do better. It was just
yeah. They should. Honestly, they should do some kind of maybe remake and then make it classic. Like that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, once they're finished having companies remake Final Fantasy X before 7.
Yeah. I saw this Star Trek game.
Yeah.
And I think you really like it. It's about the new character, the new movie.
I can deal with that.
I think you'll like it then.
What's it like?
It's like Mass Effect. The graphics are great. It's got co-op. It's like the cover shooting type of stuff. Spock does different things than,
like the old Next Generation game for was it Super Nintendo? Only
it's probably better.
Good.
And then I played a bunch of Capcom stuff. So the way that Capcom worked, like you had to wait in a line.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, I'm gonna play the game. You get to the end of the line, they give you a ticket. and the ticket has like a specific time on it, and then you come back.
Well, okay.
And we got Lost Planet 2, or I'm sorry, Lost Planet 3.
Nice.
And that was okay. That was pretty funny because we showed up to play that, and like we didn't even need the ticket because no one, like people didn't show up, like no one else was there trying to play it. So they're like,
No, dude, they just couldn't
like,
find
you have
it.
tickets? Like, yeah, like you didn't even need it. Just go right in.
Dude, they just couldn't find it. That's the point.
Yeah, I guess.
Lost.
And like their display for Lost Planet 3, like they didn't even try. Like the other ones are behind doors and everything. And this Lost Planet was just out in the open. They didn't even care.
So, how about all that cool Mega Man stuff they're doing? Huh?
I was really considering going up to, they have like these booths, like these customer service booths. And I was really considering going up to them and like being like, you guys with the camera, like you're just making Mega Man, just like be like a jerk. But I was like, I don't want to do that.
Well, you don't have to be a jerk. I mean, honestly, if I had the time, I would have gone over and said, "Hi, I'm a big fan of your games, but I really am unsatisfied with the treatment you're giving Mega Man right now. He deserves."
They don't even know what that is. They'll be like, "Oh, okay, we're just hired to sit here."
Hey. Then you just pay people $1 each to go up and do the same thing.
Ah, you had a whole thing planned.
Dun 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 dun.
So we did Resident Evil 6, and we actually showed up like 10 minutes late from what the ticket said. They're like, can't get in.
Ah,
And
dude.
Phil went crazy, and then they were like, all right, well, we'll just let this guy in. So, and they did like an awesome thing. Like they set it up like it was like an amusement park ride because you go in, and they set up like it looks like you're on like a rooftop, and they have like music playing and like sounds and things, and then you play. And I got to play the game for like a half hour.
A whole half hour?
I love it. It's great.
Wow. So it plays like what? 5, 4?
It's like 5 because it's got different characters.
Huh?
So like 5, like the Chris stuff plays like 5, and then it's got Leon. His stuff is more classic, like it's slower and it's more like trying to find your way through the building or
Is
like
it
the
creepier
mansion.
when you're Leon?
Yeah.
Because I kind of get the feeling that Leon gets dumped on and Chris like destroys worlds.
Chris is like the action star. Leon's like the
Bruce,
drama man.
Would you? Oh, drama man. I was gonna say like maybe not Bruce Campbell, but one of those guys in the movies where everything bad that could Nathan Fillion. Everything bad that could possibly happen to Leon will happen. Right?
So I really love the game. I thought it was great.
Cool.
And then we're leaving. We leave Capcom. We're like doing some other stuff. And a gentleman that I used to be very friendly with. You might know his name, Seth Killian. He's the head of Capcom's like community. He's a community manager for Capcom, and he's on like a lot of magazines and these gaming shows and stuff talking about Capcom stuff. And he comes up to me and Phil, and he's like, "Oh, hey, I know you guys. What are you doing?" You know, and we were talking. I haven't seen him in like years, and he said to me, he's like, "Did you lose weight?" So I'm like, I was never that big in the first place, but maybe, I don't know. Like I haven't been eating much, you know, I'm working all the time. But so we talked to him a bunch, and he gave me his phone number.
Oh.
So I might throw him a message, maybe have him on here at some point.
Oh, that would be awesome. At the very least, you can say, Mega Man, please make a Mega Man.
Well, I don't know if he has power like that, you know. That probably falls more on the Japanese side.
He has the power. Hey,
I'm not gonna have him on if you're gonna harass him about Mega Man. So you better.
I'm not gonna do it, John. Have I harassed anybody?
You are not a harasser. I'm the harasser here. So that was cool. I was happy to see him. You know,
That's nice to see people we haven't seen in a while.
I actually saw a couple of people I knew from the past. This dude Seb from if you know FADC.com.
FADC?
FADC FirmAdvantage.com.
No, but that sounds like a product you wouldn't want to tell people you were buying.
Okay. So it was pretty cool stuff. And then I just want to talk about the G4 experiences. So the first one, which was Morgan Webb with Exhibit and some dude, and they were doing a show, and I'm like, I'm gonna walk through the shot just like I do with the Telemundo. And like I go all the way up against the railing, and there's like a security dude.
Yeah.
And I just like kind of went around him, then I just went right back to like behind him, and then I just went through and then Phil did it behind me, and we both got on there. So that was actually planned out. And I was going to attempt to get on. The other things were not planned. There was one with GameSpot. You saw this?
Yes.
GameSpot, where I didn't even know that happened, honestly. Because some people were asking me like if I just was messing around or whatever. I was just there, I just got on camera. I didn't even know this was happening at the time. I don't know what I was doing or thinking or what was going through my head. Probably try to come up with ideas of what I could film, I guess. I got on GameSpot, which is kind of cool. That's a site that I've looked at for a long time, even from the 90s.
Yeah. Didn't they? I remember when I was a little kid, like GameSpot, GameSages. I think they eventually merged, didn't they? Or GameFAQs.
GameFAQs and GameSpot emerged.
Yeah, I could have sworn that GameSages was a site that GameSpot took over too.
Most likely.
I just remember reading it when I was a kid, dude. Like looking at the reviews and all this stuff. Like during after I finished my programming assignments in class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the other G4 thing was just completely random. Phil got us set up to see the game Watch Dogs, which is a really cool looking game. And somehow we got into this thing. I don't even know how this happened. They let like 15 people in, and you sit there with the developer. He talks about the game. And we go in and we sit down, and then all of a sudden, I guess her name's Candace Bailey, I guess.
Yeah.
And this director and a cameraman come in, and they're like, all right, we're going to film something. You guys are going to be in it. And the director was like directing us and telling, kind of like how I guess to a lesser degree how we do stuff when we film.
Yeah.
We tell each other what to do and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, she's going to come in, you're just going to look at the camera, and you're going to be surprised, then you're going to clap and blah, blah, blah. And this is going to be on Attack of the Show tomorrow night, okay? I'm just like, what the hell? How did this happen?
Yeah, I know. How did it happen? They only let attractive people in there. Hey-o!
I was shocked. So, I mean, I tried my best. I think I'd like to see like a high-quality video of it, because like a lot of them, thanks to everybody that actually filmed it and put it on YouTube. That's really cool.
Yeah, thanks for linking it so I can see it too. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a direct capture of it. I'd like to see I tried to do a nice performance. I tried to do my inner OJ. I had my inner OJ come out, because OJ's a very good actor, so I was trying to, do it. I was like, what would OJ do? Honestly, I was like, what would OJ do here?
Stare at. Never mind.
Well, now I know for real.
Actually, I don't remember. I actually don't know who this person is, but I know it's a female-sounding name. So. Okay.
She replaced Olivia Munn. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, you don't like G4. You always.
I don't have cable, man.
Adam Sessler left.
Yeah, seriously, man. Adam Sessler was the reason I watched anything. Well, okay, there was the screensavers were pretty cool. All the old tech TV shows like Leo Laporte and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then there was extended play back when it was extended play. And at first I was like, what the heck? Adam Sessler's good enough. You don't need to add another person. And I was like, okay, I can deal with this. After a few episodes, I'm like, okay, whatever. But after that point, I just felt like everyone was making fun of Adam. Like everyone in the mom made fun of the guy.
Yeah, he kind of became that character.
Yeah, it kind of bugged me because I thought that he was a pretty as far as game journalists
respect him a lot.
Yeah, I respected him a great deal.
I used to always mess with you. I remember I'd be like, let's watch X Play. You're like, oh god, that show. I'm like, come on, let's watch X Play. I didn't even want to watch it. I'm just messing with you.
It wasn't a terrible show. I just
no, it's not.
The days when Sessler wasn't getting made fun of. He was a really cool guy.
I actually liked the show because it was like the first real game show about games. I mean, on TV.
Yeah, I mean, aside from
there used to be a Game Pro show like way back, but that was horrible though.
Didn't it start with? Didn't Sessler get his start doing like Game Pro stuff on TV?
I don't know. Maybe he was in that. I don't even know.
Yeah, yeah, I never saw the Game Pro show. And honestly, as much as I complained about extended play, I did like watching it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. People are too hard on this stuff.
Well, what are you supposed to do? I mean, to get on TV, I mean, you gotta be a certain way, and unfortunately, it sometimes seems a little off.
I think they think they have to be that way, but I don't know if you necessarily do. It's just.
Well, we'll find out.
It's tough business, man. Very tough.
Let's not change ourselves when we get on TV.
You gotta please the sponsors. That's what happens.
Knock out.
Here at StayBallsy Interactive Video Network, we have no sponsors to please. We also make no money, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was the actual E3, and it was really cool. And I want to talk a little about the driving situation.
Driving? You mean the stop and stop traffic?
This one specific day this was the day we were supposed to do the show. You guys were doing the show.
Yeah.
And we left E3 when E3 closed, and it was like 6 o'clock.
Yep.
So everyone leaves at the same time. And then the LA Kings were in the Stanley Cup Finals. And those fellows were coming in because the Staples Center is right next door. So it was just the most insane traffic situation I've ever seen. And then that's where I sent you. I honestly looked outside. I looked at the road, and I sent you the message. And I'm like, don't think I'm gonna make it tonight. And it was just brutal, dude. Like, if you were to create like the worst possible, like artificially create like a terrible like city driving scenario, like this was it for me. Because like you start going and like the GPS is like make a left, and we're in like there's like 8 lanes across, and you have to make a left, and it's like, you know, you have to cross like 6 lanes in like heavy traffic.
Oh gosh, that was like when I left New York Comic Con this year.
It's worse than that though, because there's so many lanes, dude. I don't know what they're thinking with this. And you got to get all the way over, and then you sit there, and then like you sit there for a half hour, you don't move, and then you got to go left again, and it's just wild, man. And then you finally get on the highway, and I just became a madman. You know, like you.
I'm just picturing this, like when we were heading to Too Many Games last year.
I became a madman. I basically said, well, I'm going to stick myself in, you know, the lanes I have to cross. I'm just going to stick myself in there. And if someone rams me, well, then they're crazy as I am. You know, that's what went through my head.
They deserve it. You know what? They deserve
like
that
if
hit.
they choose to ram my car, you know, then they're as crazy as I am. And I would just stick myself places and do what I had to do.
It's all you can hope for, man.
Traffic's terrible there. I mean, I never really went beyond like 40 miles per hour. Like, I mean, on the open highway, and it's just rough. But
using that car to the fullest.
I have to say this: the people are pretty intelligent with the driving. Like, if that was here, it'd be even worse because people don't let you in, and they just purposely try to screw you over, just purposely try to be dicks to you.
Oh, dude, I've seen that. It is terrible. The
So
city
over there,
is the worst.
Yeah, over there, like they'll almost like always let you in. If you're trying to get in, they'll like almost always let you in, especially on the highways and stuff.
You can tell a New Yorker in California because when they're driving, someone lets them in, they're just too stunned. They don't even move. They're just like, what? I can.
That's what was happening to me, man.
What?
And there's a few times like I have to make a left turn. And there's like 3 lanes. I cross like 4 lanes to especially to go into the hotel. You gotta go make a left over like 4 lanes. And it's just heavy traffic. And what you do is like you just go lane by lane. Like one person will stop. And you go, really? Why are you stopping? And like you pull in, and then like the next lane, that person will stop because they see you, and they'll like just make a wall for you.
What?
Yeah, I was like, I guess that's how you do it. I guess you just go lane by lane. They let you go. Because over here you have to wait. Like here you have to wait till there's no cars, and you could like fly across 4 lanes at once, right?
Make your own space.
That's what you have to do. Yeah. So over there they just let you go, and like they're smart and they're polite drivers. I think. Maybe because of that they're in that situation all the time. There's a certain etiquette that they created for themselves, and I thought I kind of appreciated that, so it made it a little nicer.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got out of there alive.
Oh, there was some interesting situations. You don't really feel like you're driving in like a city. Like it's not like New York. It's more like kind of like Stanford in a lot of ways, actually.
Like the downtown parts, or?
Mm-hmm. It feels more suburban.
It's like
we're used to New York, Philly, you know, Boston. Like these
Boston's a beast.
Metropolises, you know. Yeah.
Don't get started.
It's a little more spread out there, you know.
Yeah. Breathing room.
But I just want to, as I wrap up the E3 stuff, I just want to talk about my videos for a little bit. I got an awesome reaction to my videos, and I was really taken aback by that. I really appreciated that.
Well, they were awesome videos.
I was really happy with it because at one point I wasn't going to make any because I didn't seem like I really had much time or opportunity to do it, you know. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like I was going to get the same footage that Phil had, so I was like, I'm not really going to bother because I'm getting the same stuff as him. And I was helping him a lot. Like I filmed a lot of his stuff when he was playing games. I would film it, and pretty much had to go like sticking around where he was because we'd be completely lost, and then that'd be a problem. So. There was this one point where he went online for God of War, the new God of War game. Mm-hmm. And he was online for like an hour and a half. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to go do some. I just ran around, went to each area, just kind of thought of something that I could come up with to say or do, and just got like a lot of that footage. And I think I only wound up with like 10 minutes of footage, really. Like
10, 12.
Yeah, they're like 5-6 minutes each. And I think what the goal of my footage was to get E3 footage that had nothing to do with games.
I think you succeeded.
And I kind of did it. So I don't know. I was really happy with how it came out because again, like I just kind of honestly, I did that in like 2 hours, and I just ran around and just kind of thought of stuff and was like, that was okay. Film that, all right. And that was pretty much it. I didn't really have anything I didn't put in there.
Wow, everything you got was good.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah. So I was very happy with that, and of course I will be trying to get the same style of footage at Too Many Games this weekend. I do have to say, when I talked to the one chick and I asked her about the economy,
Yeah.
she's like, I'm like, what do you think about what can we do to fix the economy? And she's like, I think everyone should get ice cream.
Yeah.
And that was really touching to me.
I mean, dude, they're being paid to. That's not what they're being paid to do, to answer questions like that. But look at it, man. She actually thought about it for a second.
But I think
she said something happy.
The answer's so simple, but I felt like it was it was very deep in a lot of ways. Because ice cream makes people happy.
Yeah.
If we all just had some ice cream, maybe things would be a lot better.
We'd all be happier, and we'd have an easier time getting through this crisis.
Right. I just felt like, oh, that was really sweet. You know, it was like really touching to me. I was like, wow, that was really nice.
I think, yeah.
They were good sports about it, you know.
Well, I think my favorite part, which a lot of people echoed, making sure you weren't planning on talking about this later anyway, good, was when you had your footage of Jessica Nigiri. And she goes, dude, I'm an effing Claymore, man. I was
I don't even know
like,
what that means.
Oh my gosh. Every single anime nerd, like, is just freaking out right now. Not just because, oh my gosh, a pretty girl mentioned anime.
I felt scared for her, man. Like the whole time, there's just a mob of people. Like I wish I should have filmed the crowd around her. There's like a mob of dudes just around her, and I was just like, man, if there's like security or something, what if they like pull her into that mob?
No, but just the fact
I felt scared. I felt scared for her.
Yeah, well, the sad fact though is that when she said she was a Claymore, it's kind of accurate. Not that she's a half demon monster, but the fact that it was scary. Like, she looked like a Claymore. It was.
I like how that's your favorite part, because it has something to do with like a show, and not any of the stuff that I did.
Hey, hey, the Mitt Romney stuff.
Look, if that's your favorite part, that's your favorite part.
I just thought it was hilarious, man. Look,
all right, it's fun.
I just was totally not expecting anyone to mention this anime, which is one of my favorites. Like, it's one of those shows that I went out and bought, you know? And I'm just like,
okay, fair enough.
What?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Dude, if that Marine you spoke with about the bathroom,
that was my favorite.
Way,
that was my favorite. That guy was really nice.
The bathroom? He's like, the bathroom? He's like, how do I respond to this?
He didn't really even know. I should put out the full video. Like, he didn't even really know where they were. He was just like, you know. There's somewhere back. He's like, there's somewhere back there, but he wasn't like really sure if I was being serious or not. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, you got the feel. I mean, he probably had been there just as long as you, maybe for one more day to get, you know, like, info on the place. But
right.
If that had been me, my only response, I wish that I would have said something like, "All right, soldier, if you need to use the bathroom, you haven't been preparing properly, and you're just gonna have to use your pants."
I don't know. Who knows if he even knew what Alien was? It might have just been like an actor or something.
Oh, dude.
Well,
you're
I'm
in
not,
Hollywood, you don't
I'm
know
not
what
saying
Alien
know.
is?
I just don't. Who knows?
Prometheus coming out. Come on, man.
I don't know if he knew anything about it. Who knows?
Come on, man.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
It looked like you had a good time.
Oh yeah, I had a great time.
That's
I always have a good time.
It was a good experience. That's the important.
I always try to have a good time no matter what I'm doing.
Well, that's a good way to look at life.
That's just I try to. It's difficult sometimes, but you know. So that was it. I mean, we pretty much were in that Hollywood area and the area where E3 was, which was the Staples Center Convention Center area. So I do hope to return one day and then definitely check out the Studio City area and go to like the studio tours. That's something I'd probably dig, and probably go to the beach as well maybe someday. That'd be nice.
As long as they're not covered in like I heard a rumor that you got to watch out that you don't step on needles and stuff.
Yeah, it's not good. I saw my uncle too. That was cool.
Yeah, that's. I mean, dude, he's out in West Guam. You barely get to see him. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, he got screwed over because we're like, I'll meet at the meet me at the hotel at 6 or like 6:30 because we're leaving E3, And then he gets there, and they're like, we didn't get back till like 7:30 because of the traffic. And he just sat there. And I think he ordered food like 5 minutes before we got there because he was like waiting so long. And I come and he's like, I just ordered food. Well, it was cool. We went to a restaurant, and he was telling me the pizza there's like really bad. It's like pizza here's terrible. So we wound up going to like an Italian restaurant. I don't know how this happened, and it wasn't very good. I don't know if there's no Italians there. I don't know what's happening. We need more Italians to show up there. I don't know what it is. And he told me like he used to like talk to people about why like the pizza's no good, and there's like all these different ideas, like the water isn't as is something about the water.
Yeah.
And there's something about like the cheese or something or blah blah blah. But for whatever reason, the Italian food is not up to par, so we got to fix the situation. And we actually watched the Heat versus the Celtics game.
Oh.
I just want to say, if you remember when we did our NBA playoffs show, I said it was going to be the Heat versus the Thunder, and that's what it is in the finals. So I'm just putting that out there. I was, I think I'm not the only one. I'm sure I'm not the only one that made this prediction. That was my prediction. That's what we have right now.
I'm sad that you were right.
Well, look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Boston must always win, unless, of course, it's the Buffalo Bills playing against the Foxborough New England Patriots or the Jets.
So a few people ask me who I think is going to win the finals. I'm going to say the Thunder, simply because they're already winning the series. So, so I got that advantage before I had to make my prediction. So I'm going to say the Thunder. I think they got an overall better team.
So where are they playing right now?
Oklahoma City versus Miami.
Okay.
And they started in Oklahoma City, and they won the first game.
So you're saying that the next game's going to be in Miami?
No, they played 2 in Oklahoma City, 2, and then 3 in Miami, I think.
Okay, so game 3 you're going to be able to say that for true, there will be thunder in paradise.
I may change my prediction next week.
Oh
no. Oh wow, we've done an hour or something already.
Yeah, golly gee willikers, about an hour 15, man.
All right, let's do some comments.
All right. Our first comment today comes from Jake 2012 RHS. Hi, John and OJ. My grandpop turns 90 years old on July 4th. I'm driving with my family from Pennsylvania to Vermont to celebrate his birthday. I'm saving all of the shows, starting with this one, to be put on my iPod so I can listen to them on my way up. Thanks in advance for the entertainment.
Yeah, a few people actually sent me messages, including our friend Museus, who makes a lot of our music, that they're like taking these trips or going on vacations, and they're bringing like multiple shows with them to listen to, like in the plane or in the car ride and stuff. That's really cool. That's really like a touching thing, because it's difficult to go through like that, the traveling.
Oh yeah.
I really don't like it very much at all.
So this is what we're gonna do on the way to many games, right?
I don't think so. We'll listen to something else.
I will say happy birthday to your grandfather, and that's also my friend Viper's birthday, so it can be a joint birthday party, just in different places.
It's also America's birthday.
Conspiracy, I think.
I like how you do it. It's your friend's birthday. You didn't mention America's birthday.
Maybe America is my friend.
I don't want to respond to that.
Our next.
I was saying, like that's a cool thing that if we can help make your trip a little bit better.
That's the whole point here, is to make people's days better in whatever ways we can.
I hope so.
What was our goal? Something else? I think that making people have brighter days is kind of.
I'm just saying. I hope that we can do it. I'm not saying
me too. Yeah, definitely. I mean.
All right. What do we have now?
All right. Here's our next comment, John. I think we need some new shows for StayBallsy.com. Here's some takes on soon-to-be infected shows. Who wants to be a Ramborgian? You think you've got balls? And Jersey
shit.
Yes. Should be the actual name. Also, I got a great idea. The show. The movie. I see Ramborgia books, TV shows, maybe pornography? Also, I want to see an OJ dating show similar to The Bachelor. From Dude Guy 1354.
You want Ramborgian pornography?
First of all, guys, if there's going to be an OJ dating show, we can probably combine that with the Ramborgian pornography.
Whoa, what the? That'd be far too hardcore to sell in any country. No demand. Yeah, the upcoming StayBallsy.com. I mean, these are some good ideas. Who wants to be a Ramborgia? I guess it's like a game show.
Oh, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Like a little quiz show. We call people up.
I didn't even consider that.
Dude,
doing like a game show.
Dude, if people sent us their Skype names, we could call them like radio show call-outs too. You know?
That'd be pretty insane. We did some sort of game show.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider this.
Put that in the list, man.
All right. The website's coming along. We actually had an issue where we lost everything that was on there. But what happened, OJ?
Unknown.
Something with WordPress or something?
Yeah, WordPress got wiped.
Yeah, we lost everything that we had, and now our friend Carlos is going to repair it. But it's coming along.
I hope so.
We were actually working on it right before the show because OJ was fixing an issue, and
yeah,
it's gonna be good though. Don't worry.
I hope so.
All right, what do we have now?
All right. Hey, John and OJ. I stayed ballsy, and now I have a wonderful girlfriend. Thanks, guys. From Redneck Common Potato.
Congratulations. We're very happy for you. We're proud of you, sir.
Yes, I'd like to actually take a moment right now.
Yep.
I'd like to sing an ode to a man with balls of steel. Redneck Common Potato. He made his dreams turn real.
What is that song? Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
You just wrote that?
Yeah, about maybe
Really?
15 minutes ago.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
You're a very talented individual.
I wouldn't go that far, but
So yeah, again,
Congrats,
congratulations.
Redneck.
If you guys wanna, you know, I don't know if this is something you want to do. It's up to you. If you want to be on the show, just send us a picture. I'll put it up there. You know, it's cool. If that's something you want to do, I don't know.
yeah, we just want you two to be very, very happy.
Anything we can do
just
to
be cool.
just be cool.
Just be cool.
Right. Keep it up.
All right.
I'll read this one because it's about you.
Oh, dear Bob.
So from Layla Alvar, she says, "I like how." Well, she's the Duchess of Ramborgia, by the way.
Duchess Layla Alvar.
Duchess of Ramborgia. She says, "I like how Howard refers to OJ as John. He's not other John anymore. He's the only John now." Wahaha! Ejaculating coffee and cream into the show. I like the sound of that.
I think
So what was it like? Well, let's talk about that last week a little bit. We didn't really talk about that. What was it like to be, once again, you were just John. You were no longer the other John. What was this like for you?
I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I was a little worried because I hadn't actually tried preparing an entire show's worth of content before. But
What was that like? Did you find it was tough at all, or you just kind of it was easy? It was nothing.
It was. I think I over prepared. Like I had
That tends to happen. Yeah.
I had a whole envelope here with stuff written down that we could talk about. And what was great was Howard's just like a natural at this. And what's funny is he brought up Japan. I didn't even have to zicking do it. He just brought it up. We talked about our stories from Japan for, 45 minutes?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be good. I wouldn't have put you guys in that position if I didn't, like you guys are just both like just naturally very friendly people, and you always have like a lot of funny things to say. So I knew it was going to work out, and it seems like people really loved the show. I mean, I didn't see like really anything negative written in the comments, which is very odd for a YouTube video. And yeah, you guys just did awesome.
Thank you. I think
you enjoyed it.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
You're a little nervous about it, but then it was just easy when you were doing it.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it went. I mean, I will admit, I kept looking at the clock, like, okay, we've been talking for about a half hour about Japan. We can go for another 15 minutes or so. Then we should probably switch. Oh, gosh, I never got the name of his dog. That was kind of important. We'll go back to that.
I thought that when I listened to it. I'm like, what's his dog's name?
Yeah, I asked it, like, there was, like, a delay on all the important things. Like, I didn't mention where you were. I didn't get the dog's name.
Funny.
For, like, you were 45. You were, I think, 41 minutes out. I mentioned where you were, and the dog's name was probably 20 minutes in.
Because I go to listen to it, and you're like, oh hey, it's OJ and Howard. Here we go. Here's the show. Here's our first topic. I'm like, man, is he playing into that thing where like I'm dead or what's going on here?
I kind of was a little bit, but I also forgot.
I'm like, is he even mentioned exist?
Yeah, that was kind of the point. When I went to make the slideshow for the show, I tried to find as few pictures with you in them as possible.
Yeah.
I wanted to get some of the generic Ramborgia ones just because, well, where's John Rambo? Is he dead? Is he alive? Is this his show? Was it ever his show? What's he talking about? I don't understand. There you go.
He never existed. I thought you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
All
right. Well, before I get even more egotistical, let's read this comment from our friends at Madhead Productions.
Yep.
This is really important. What's the initiation to be a Ramborgian? To which the insanely epic man replied, there's no real set initiation. You either are or aren't.
Madhead Productions, of course, makes the hilarious videos where they walk around and tape things or glue things to their mailboxes in their town.
There are friends, I believe from Canada, who I am just praying don't get arrested.
They actually made another video. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw part. They're blooper reel, man.
The initiation. I don't know. I don't think it's something that you're initiated. I don't think it's something you're born into. I think maybe it's something you're just destined to become. And if you are meant to be a Ramborgian, you will find your way, and you will become a Ramborgian. I think. You know?
It's not something you can stop. It's not something you can start. Either it's going to happen or it won't.
A few people actually sent me messages about, the StayBallsy Intergalactic Video Network. I can't even say it properly. They're like, oh, can I? Cyber Demon actually asked me and a few other people, like, can we use this, in our channels and our videos and stuff? Can we use that moniker? And I was like, yeah, and that's fine. So if anyone wants to put that and use that in any way, if you want to be part of the StayBallsy Intergalactic Video Network, you just are. That's how it works. And you can use that title any way you would like to do so, and put it in your, like opening of your videos up in your channel, whatever. So let us know about it. That'd be cool because then we can kind of promote you or something.
Yeah.
So if you want to join it, you're going to join it. That's how it works.
By the way, also Mad Hat Productions, you guys, if you there's no need to ask about initiation. You spelled Zik correctly. You're there, man.
Those guys are hardcore fans, man.
Dude, they spelled Zik Tzyck.
Do you watch their videos? Like, they reference things that I don't even remember.
They're amazing, man. I am flabbergasted.
That kind of stuff is incredible, man. I see those guys, and I'm like, man, I hope I get worried. I'm like, man, I hope I can keep this up. If they like my stuff, I hope that they never get disappointed with me or something.
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep these folks entertained. I mean,
yeah,
I don't want to lose such great people.
Right. I'm up for the challenge.
All right. Well, here's a comment here from CatDog1992. Hey guys, are you ever going to do the New York City meetup? Ramborgia for life.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Sure, dude. Where do you want to meet? Midtown Comics?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we could meet at
or a restaurant, or one of those places that's really casual food.
I don't know if we should attack a store.
Maybe
like a park or something.
A park would be good because you can't just bombard a restaurant either.
Something close to the train station.
I mean, Bryant Park is right there, and then you can go to the sandwich place.
Yeah, Bryant Park would be good because then you can go to Nintendo, Rockefeller.
Yeah, and then there's such a good Japanese bakery, Zaya. Sorry, but it's really good.
There's a Japanese bookstore over there too.
Yeah, they actually moved it closer to Rockefeller Center. Oh, there's two now. There's one right from across from Bryant Park. Actually, my dad works right near Bryant Park.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if we made this a weekday.
That could come.
Ramborgian parents.
No, because what we could do is what we'll do is just like I do at the conventions, like we'll have a certain time and a certain day or a certain place, and I'll bring the camera and everything, and we can talk to everybody.
That would be nice.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking like July-ish. Maybe we can do something like that.
Do you want to do like a little Q&A or something, maybe, or? Yeah,
we'll prepare some beforehand. I'll think of what we'll do.
Oh, we'll think of something.
Do like a chant or something, a Ramborgian chant in the park.
Wow.
We'll do a creed or something. I don't know.
Well, the something glory weird. Of the Ramborgia, we're gathered
something
here
bizarre
today.
That'll freak people out.
And
even though you can't really freak people out in New York because they're just used to so much weirdness.
Well, it's not
like
we're
walk right by, you know.
Well, unless you want to meet them in the village and just completely blow everyone's minds.
No, we're not doing that.
Go right Jekyll and
We're definitely
going
to do it. We're definitely going to do it.
All right, more information on this to come, CatDog1992.
Yes.
All right. So our next comment is...
Well, I just want to say one more thing. Maybe when we launch the website, we can do like a launch from New York or something.
Whoa, like we click the magic button that turns everything live from
Maybe.
New York. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, all right.
All right, well then. Next comment is... I didn't do it. I'll take a 0. Should be a shirt. From Orochirazi.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because that dude's a super fan. He wrote this like last week in reference to our we were talking about making new shirts. And do you remember what this was from?
When we were talking about school, right?
Yeah, we were talking about the school. Like this was like months and months ago where I mentioned that there was like this big project that you're supposed to be working on all year, And then the teacher's like, all right, you have to present your project. And I'm like, I'll just take a 0. I didn't do it. And the whole class was just shocked. So I just want to throw there. This guy's an amazing person because he remembered that. So
Life. Thank you, Orochidazi. You are a classy fellow.
Hopefully he listens to this.
I hope so. Our next comment's from Steve-O Get Fit. Rambo, if Bob Saget had lived in Delaware and wanted you to come to his house to do the show, would you dare go back to Delaware?
Well, first of all, we might be going to Delaware if we screw up again tomorrow.
Oh, by the way, no safety net. My GPS only lasts for 2 hours.
I got GPS now.
Oh, okay.
But my phone's got GPS.
Oh, nice.
But I will go wherever Saget is. I went to L.A., his hometown, where he lives currently. I don't know if it's his hometown or not. It's where he lives currently. He did not show himself. I was out in the street screaming his name. He did not appear. He's a coward. I have found his Twitter names at Bob Saget, I believe. That's it. If people want to send him a message, let him know that he should come on the show and talk to me one-on-one about this issue that we have, which I can't even really remember what it was. I just know that I'm mad at him. That's all I remember. At Bob Saget. Let the man know.
By the way, I did a quick...
He's got a great website, by the way. It's his website.
Really? Does it have his comedy on it?
Yeah, it does, and it has a rap song that he's in that plays when you go to it. It's really good.
Wow. I actually did a quick check.
If you want Bob Saget to come on, send him a tweet and tell him come on the show. You say at Super John Rambo wants you on the show and see if he reacts to it.
Let's do that.
Yes.
By the way, I did a quick search earlier on during the show. I think Bob Saget, you're right, doesn't have a Walk of Fame star, but I think John Stamos does.
Yeah, I think I found his. I couldn't find Saget's. Dave Coulier definitely doesn't have one.
Until Bob Saget has his own star, the house will never be full.
The Olsen twins have it.
Yes, because they've had so many more accomplishments than Bob Saget.
Oh, they made like millions of dollars. Though.
And the Gimme Pizza song.
They made like billions, dude.
For all you folks out there who have not heard the Gimme Pizza song, please don't listen to it. It will destroy your mind.
Why did you listen to it?
And then don't listen to the slow motion version.
Why did you listen to that?
A friend of mine said, hey, it's the Gimme Pizza song. I'm like, what's the Gimme Pizza song? And then I wanted to kill myself.
Okay.
So on a happier note, shall we move along?
Yep.
Brown Power Ranger 66 asks, isn't your lady going to be mad with you filming all these women, or is she just that chill? Very ballsy move, Rambo. I like it.
Yeah, this is a reference to my E3 footage. I assume, right?
I would assume so.
So amazingly enough, she wasn't that upset with the chicks that I filmed, but she is someone that goes to church pretty often. She's a church-going person. So the thing she was mad about was that I said, like, I was in front of the Sonic the Hedgehog statue, like this big statue, and I said, like, do not worship false idols, but I will in this case, or something like that. So she was upset about that.
Excuse me, okay.
So it's a hard thing to balance, you know, like, we've been together for a long time, and a lot has changed over that time period. Like, I mean, I you know, she remembers me as the goofy dude that drove the ice cream truck and, you know, worked at the game store, you know, and that's kind of a different dynamic. And like honestly, it does put a strain on things, you know, at times. But you know, I just have to like explain, like, I'm not hitting on other chicks. I'm trying to get footage that will make people happy and make them laugh and provide some entertainment to them. So that's kind of like, that's the goal here. It's not like I'm trying to, you know, do anything like that. But
yeah.
I've actually told her like she can come on the show, but she has declined this up until now. You know, and that's understandable. Like, this isn't for everyone. This is like, you know, it's a jungle out here. You know, not everyone wants to be like a public person like that. You know, so
we're animals.
At times it seems like that. Yeah. So it's not an easy thing.
No, it takes a bit, man. You gotta get in the right mindset for it and know what to expect and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, like movie stars, they have to have like sex scenes and stuff, and they're like married to someone else. I'm sure that's, you know, maybe can be a problem at times.
Or maybe even more than the sex scenes, because you can fake sex, but when you got to kiss them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not. Well, yeah, like the love scenes, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
You have to like very passionate kisses and things like that. And that's
Passionate kiss.
yeah. I mean, certain people that's fine, and the other people are, that's well, yeah, can't do that shit.
Over the line.
The way I look at it is like, it's not everything is about I want to have sex with this person. There's other things out there than that. It's like,
Yeah, there's high fives, hugs.
are you making art? Are you, what is the purpose of it? And then that's how I look at it. So,
So whether there's animals or not.
if you're talking to Schnoz, man, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
What do we got?
So the next question is from Beanie Productions 1. Dear John and OJ, I waited 24 years to find the right woman. And once I finally found her, and we started something, I made a mistake. I didn't cheat on her, I didn't call her names, but I was having a really bad day and I took it out on her. Now she will not give me another chance. I've never loved somebody so much in my entire life. I can't stand the thought of losing her, and I don't know how to get her back. What should I do? Now, before we reply, there actually has been a reply already.
Yeah, I actually like this, how they're, the Ramborgia are helping each other now.
By the way, did I say who said this comment? Was I supposed to?
Band E Productions 1.
Okay.
I assume it's okay because he posted it on the video, so.
Or it could be B and E Productions.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I'm sorry.
But Eternal Hate replied, Man, I was also in a similar situation like you. I took it out on her and I lost her. I regret it every day for my mistake I did. I feel where you're coming from. If this girl means a lot to you, you should do everything to get her back. I hope my comment helps you a little, and I hope you succeed in getting her back.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. A man's name is Eternal Hate, but he's got a lot of love to give. That's what I have to say. Yeah, dude, you gotta find her, and you gotta pour yourself out to her and explain and do whatever you can.
Yeah, I mean, if it's
let her know everything that you feel.
Yes,
and that happens too. I mean, you have a bad day, and then
yeah,
you just say the wrong thing, or
I mean, you're not always going to be calm and collected and saying the right things or what you're really feeling. Sometimes you just say angry stuff.
Yeah, it's impossible not to screw up. I mean, it's just so hard to ever screw up.
And I mean, you want to be with somebody who can deal with you when you're having a bad day, But you don't want to be like verbally abusive or anything. I don't know how bad it was, but I don't think that anyone in the Ramborgia was that bad. But yeah, dude, you got to tell her how you're really feeling, all of it. Don't hold anything back. And I mean, remember, I'm not exactly a genius. These are just our thoughts. But if it's meant to be, she'll understand and come back. I mean, I don't know. You never know what's going to happen, but
you have to try.
Exactly. That's the important thing. If you don't try, then nothing's going to get better for you. And this applies to anything in life. If you don't try, then what did you expect would happen?
Yeah, I think he'll try.
Oh, definitely.
I think he's trying now.
He's one of the Ramborgia. He's going to try. You got to go for this, man.
Right.
And Eternal Hate. No regrets, man. You did what you thought was the right thing to do at the time. Maybe you didn't do what you think you should have done now, but that mistake was in your past, and you really shouldn't worry about it anymore. Don't hold it over your head, to make yourself feel bad about it. I mean, it might hurt.
It's a whole other point to make too. Like if you're with someone and they you have to give them a little bit of leeway. Because again, no one's perfect. Everyone's gonna screw up. And yeah, there's levels to this, Obviously, if they do something crazy, you have to break it off. But you can't. I think you have to kind of. I think people sometimes are too quick to just be like, "Oh, well, screw this relationship," Because sometimes you go through a tough spot together, and then you come back together, and you're actually better than you were sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
if you weather the storm together, sometimes you come back better.
That's the thing, and you've got to find someone who you can weather the storm with. Because I'll tell you, I dated somebody once, and I was having a pretty rough time of it. Yeah. And when I was doing awesome, things were great. When she was doing poor, things were still okay. I was being very supportive. But the second I got even a little depressed about something, very soon, the second I was kind of bummed about something,
she wasn't having it.
She's like, no, I'm done. Peace. I'm out. I could
man,
not get any emotional support.
The whole point of being with someone is they're supposed to make you happy, and you're supposed to be happy together, and you kind of lift the other person up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What else is the point?
Exactly. Like you're in a relationship to make both of your enrich both of your lives, and if you can't get any help, I mean, you shouldn't be like relying on them for everything. But if you need a shoulder or need a helping hand at some point, you need someone just to be there for you to support you.
Especially if she wants that from you.
Exactly. So
you're frustrated.
Remember, that's the important thing. Like if you feel like they're not there for you emotionally, and no matter what you've tried, I mean, it's really getting to you. I mean, what are you gonna do, man? You can't live in an emotional void.
Right. Does your ex-girlfriend like me or no?
Probably.
Did she ever say anything negative about me?
Never said anything negative I know of.
Really? I was nice to her.
Yeah, no, she wasn't bad. The first year was great. It was after a certain point where things just got effed up.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on. You're in a better position.
Oh, yeah, I'd say so right now.
Now you're going out with me.
You mean like Jay and Silent Bob go out?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're pretty much an item now, OJ.
Wait, that's not what I meant. They're hetero life mates.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Maybe.
I was reading some Kevin Smith Ask Me Anything earlier today.
Yeah, you showed me that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That was nice.
Guys, you can really look up to that guy.
I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, definitely. He understood when his life changed enough, and he moved on.
All right, so why don't we talk about Too Many Games a little bit?
All right.
So we are leaving tomorrow.
What?
Well, for them.
Oh, yes, Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
This isn't a live. This is not a live show. I don't know if you knew that. So
what?
I'm sorry.
Do go on.
Okay. Hold on one second. All right. So Too Many Games. We're leaving tomorrow. We did go last year.
Yes.
What did you think about the event last year? Remember anything about it? I kind of get confused when I think back on it because we went to so many conventions. They all kind of bleed together.
Well, I remember this is the one where we were in a traffic jam for about 2 hours before leaving the state.
Yeah, this is the first time you met Phil. I think was last year, right?
I think so. Yeah, first time I met Phil in person.
Yeah, you never met Phil before. And you're like, I'm like this dude, John. He's coming with us too. You were not even OJ at this point. You were just John.
Yeah.
And we went to Too Many Games.
Yeah, this is where a fellow confused me with B-Ron.
Oh wow.
He's like, yeah, I saw you in some of John's Japan videos. I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like, but you look different. I'm like, different?
It was a big deal to me because I think it was the first time we went somewhere where people like knew who we were.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like a revelation. Like, whoa, there's people out there who know who I am.
This is the thing that can happen?
Yeah. And that was kind of like that was a big deal.
I mean, I was shocked. It was a lot of fun. Dude, you were signing autographs for the first time, right? Or maybe not the first time.
Man. It's still weird.
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't do it that much. Trust me, it's not like it's an everyday thing, but
yeah, and I'm actually really eager because I think this year they're having some board game stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you look at the website at all? Is there like panels? Oh, you did. Are there some panels you're looking to go to?
I don't know. I mean, I thought I was going to be spending a lot of a good portion of time at the booth, but there was one about podcasting, which I thought would be a good, probably a good idea.
Are you kidding me? You could probably teach that freaking thing.
Yeah, but the guy. I mean, I still think we might want to look into some distribution methods for the podcast.
Oh, okay. So you want to kind of expand the
yeah, man,
horizons. I see where you're going with that.
We must. To quote my college's what was it motto, like ever better, always improving, Meliora, whatever. People
comment a lot like oh you guys should have more subscribers, you should have more views and stuff like that.
I mean, I'll be honest, John. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
for me it's like I'm just really satisfied with what we have. Like we got this like kind of like a niche audience.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term to use.
I think so.
But
really smart, intelligent, attractive people.
And I know like everybody, you know, like I see like a lot of the same names and these comments and things, and we got a nice small little group, and I'm more than satisfied with what we got right now. So
it's good. I mean, I'm always happy with expanding the Ramborgian army. I mean, it's by no means.
There's a lot of enthusiasm from the people that we have and stuff. Instead of having a million people that are just kind of like, oh yeah, all right. But I'd rather have a smaller group that's real enthusiastic and really happy with what we put out and stuff. And I think we have that. And that's what more could you ask for if you do this kind of stuff? Like a bunch of loyal people that really enjoy what you're doing. I mean, geez, man.
The Ramborgia core.
Nothing better than that. So.
Yeah, I mean, by no means am I dissatisfied with what we have now. It's
no, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, it's funny. A bunch of my friends are like, "So have you? So why haven't you done X yet? Why haven't you done Y yet?" I'm like, "Cause we're in a good place." Like, no, man. Eh.
We don't care. So.
My baby don't care.
Right. So I know. Why don't you talk about? Well, first I'll say this: we're bringing. I have like 4 JohnRamboPresents The Show shirts that I put aside that we'll be bringing.
Nice.
So there's only 4 left, so, those will be there.
We gotta update the store before we go, man.
You should put it at 0, probably.
I could put it at disabled.
Yeah, I would just take it down, because technically there's none left, so. I know you've been going crazy making candles, so why don't you talk about that a little bit?
All right, well, I've spent a while making some pieces. I haven't made too terribly much, but what I have made, I really like. Like, I was up pretty late last night because I got a late start putting the final pieces together. But I'm going to try and make... I made some yesterday. I've been working on it over the weekend. I'm going to try and make a few more tomorrow. So I'm not going to have too much new product. I'm going to have whatever old stuff I had, too. The same styles and whatnot. But a few things that I haven't brought by before. And I don't know. I mean, it's weird because I don't know how long I'm spending at the booth, how long I'm wandering around with John, making people regret approaching us. But, yeah, I mean, I'll be around. Definitely let me know. Yeah, I think I've got some cute stuff that I'd like you guys to see.
Do you want to talk about specifically what you made or no?
I always like to keep it a surprise, man.
All right. Are you going to do some kind of are you going to show people at any point like what the stuff is or just at the convention maybe or
we'll see. Well, I always photograph stuff before I go, so I'll have the photos. But we'll see what happens at the convention.
Okay. So we're doing a panel on Saturday.
Yep.
And I don't know if you know about this. Hole Punch, the hero from Stamford, Connecticut, will be making an appearance at this convention.
Do I have to drive him?
He will find his own transportation.
Okay.
But he will be there, and there'll be a special video playing behind him as he does a live monologue. That's going to be exciting.
That should be pretty fun to see.
That would be very cool. I know you're a big fan of the Hole Punch.
Oh, yeah, dude. He hasn't really helped decrease crime in the area, but criminals are a little bit better natured after they see him. They just start laughing, so they're not as apt to beat you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You should tell him that. He'll appreciate those words.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
And we're definitely going to make a bunch of videos.
Nice.
I got some ideas, something I want to do with you, and I'm going to do a lot of the same the same style. I don't know what to call the style of footage. I should come up with like a term for it. So I was calling it the MagFest style. But now I did E3. I did the E3 stuff the same way, so I don't really know what it should be called, But in that, if you like that, the way I've been doing these videos, I'm gonna have more of that kind of thing. Probably stand in front of the table like I did at MagFest. And we're gonna have your camera with a microphone, so that opens up a whole new world.
Yes, once we find the piece.
You could actually hold the camera, and I can interview people with the mic.
Yes, that's fine. Yes, that would work. Yes, good. That way.
Yeah, or the other way around. You can do it too.
No. What I'm mostly saying is because the piece that attaches it to the top of the camera, I think I might have left at the last place we were filming. I can't find it.
We're losing stuff.
A $3 piece.
Okay. That's all right.
It's not a huge deal.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like when I was doing these videos, I'm like, even the MagFest stuff. I'm like, man, if someone could hold the camera for me, this a whole new world of possibilities.
Oh, yeah. When I was at PAX, sometimes I held it, and other times a friend of mine held it. When my friend held the camera and I had the mic, it was way better.
Yeah. Just
way better.
So now I can just concentrate on just talking to the people.
Yeah, you can look them in the eye.
Look them in the eye.
Careful though, congoers have been known to charge if you stare at them in the eye too long.
I could take a charger too. And we're gonna have our own room. Excited about that?
It depends on whether the video you were talking about is something Dude Guy suggested.
What?
Because that would really freak me out, and I'd have to get my own hotel.
Well, sometimes I do wake up in the middle of the night just screaming.
I got earplugs.
I just scream up Mitt Romney in the middle of the night, so you're going to have to deal with that.
Don't worry, I won't be able to hear you over my snoring.
I do sleep in the nude. Other than those things, you're going to have to do, you should be okay.
I'll bring an eye mask. And I will duct tape it to my face.
All right, is there anything else you want to say about Too Many Games? Because we're definitely going to be talking about next week quite a bit.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, it looks like they've got some really cool people coming, and if they're really sponsored by like Rio Grande Games and was it Fantasy Flight and a lot of the other sponsors, I'm looking forward to it because I'm a big board game geek. Like I love it.
Seems like it's going to be a lot bigger than last year.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm
just hanging out with you with you guys for a couple of days. So.
Oh yeah, I look
That's
forward
what I'm looking
to
forward to. But yeah, again, if you can make it out, if you have is there any possible way you can get there, please come and we'll show you a good time.
Yeah, and tell Too Many Games that we sent you.
Tell them you're part of the Ramborgia. Yes. That's gonna do it, man. Anything else you want to say?
But yeah, I don't think I got anything else. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. I'll have a small flotilla of candles, not so many as New York Comic Con, but I hope you'll enjoy them. And I'm really eager to hang out with you guys a bit.
Yeah, it's always good, man. So we will depart the Too Many Games. Look for Smart Guys tomorrow, if you're into that. And look for the Too Many Games footage probably on my channel, probably like Monday. We'll get back on Sunday.
Yeah, well, I don't
cutting
even know what time we're getting back.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Monday. I'll start putting up some stuff. And that's going to do it for the show. I feel great. It feels great to be back. Hopefully I never miss another one. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, please.
I love doing it. I love talking to you guys. Please send more comments in. StayBallsy.com coming soon. There's actually something up there right now. I don't recommend you really go to it, but we're just testing stuff out. So there's like a couple videos up, but that's not what it's going to be. Obviously, it's just under construction right now. OJ, I'm glad to be back with you, sir.
I'm glad you're back as well.
And that's going to do it for the show this week. I thought it was a pretty good one. What do you think?
I thought it was good. It was a nice welcome back.
All right, excellent. It all starts again. It all begins again.
You are refreshed and ready.
So for OJ, this is John signing off. Thank you for listening and being a part of John Rambo Presents the best and free and optional entertainment. Goodbye.